We are going to see a different example here. It was sent from some friends. So it says expanding 1 plus x power 4 power negative a half up to the 4th term. Use the first 2 terms of the expansion to find the value of this correct 2 significant figures. Now, this is the number we can handle using binomial theorem. Of course, you know what binomial theorem is. If you don't know, then this is how we use the binomial theorem. It says that if you have a function and expression in this form, where n is any real number, it can be negative or positive or a fraction, then this is how you expand it. Plus other terms can be or, and now expand it like this. So this is how we state the binomial theorem, like that, or the binomial expansion, expanding expressions like this. So our task is just compare, and then we just substitute it to do there. So now, up to the first 4 terms, so you count, this is the first term, the second term, the third term, the 4th term. So these are the first 4 terms. Or they can say up to the term with x power 3. Now with x power 3, it means that now maybe this one is a expression. So that's how we state it, and that's how we are going to use it. Now our task is, we are going to compare this with this so that we can get our n, and then we can compare with that, then we shall handle this later. So now I'm going to compare now this and this original one. So compare. If I compare, now the one I have is 1 plus x power 4 and power negative a half. If we compare, you see this is 1, this is the x now, it means that now our x is going to be represented by x power 4. Then our n is going to be negative a half. So now after we know now our n, we now just going to substitute this into this formula there. So now this one, now my 1 plus x power 4 power negative a half is going to be equal to 2. Now you see I have 1, then plus my n. N is negative a half into now my x, which is now when you compare, my x is x power 4. Now over 1 factorial. So 1 factorial is 1. Then plus, I come to the next term, which is 1, which is n. So my n is here, which is negative a half, into now n minus 1. So when you get this, then you subtract off from 1, you get negative 3 over 2. Then x, which is x power 4. But remember, we are squaring it. Then roll over, this is going to be 2 factorial. Then plus our n, which is negative a half, into n minus 1. And subtract minus 1 from here, get negative 3 over 2. Then you subtract 2 from n, you subtract 2 from this, get negative 5 over 2. Then x power 4 power 3 over 3 factorial plus other terms coming. So that's how we expand that. As simple as that. Now we have seen more examples, different examples about macronym. They are there in the praise. So always go to the praise and then you find more examples about the use of the macronym. The use of binomial, you'll find them. There are many examples. Anyway, here it's just now simplified. So it's that now my 1 plus x power 4 or negative a half will be, this is going to be 1. Then you see 1 factorial is 1. And this times this will get negative x power 4 over 2. Then negative times a negative shall get positive. So this times we have a 3 up over 2 times 2, that is 4. Now 2 factorial is 2. Then this times this is 4. Then times this, which is 8. So we have 8 x power. Number raised to 2 powers. The powers multiply. So these powers will multiply. We shall have 8 there. Then negative, positive, negative. So we shall have a negative. Then this is 3 factorial is 6. So the 3 will cancel with one of the 3 goes into 6 2 times. So up I have this 5 surviving over now 3 factorial which is 6. But what the 3 has cancelled, so remain with 2 times this, that is 8 times the 2, shall be adding now 16. Then x, when I multiply these two powers, power 12 plus other terms coming. And so I have expanded this up to the first 4 terms. So this is the first term, the second, the third, the fourth, up to the first 4 terms, or the fourth term. So that's what we had to do in part A. This was our part A. Then part B, they want us to use, and hence use the first 2 terms of the expansion. Now we are going to use the first 2 terms, 1, 2. So we are going to use the first 2 terms of the expansion to find the value of this. Now, 1 over root of 144.0, 144 is the same as, and when I take this up, it's the same as 144.0144. Remember, the square is the same as a half. But when you take it up, it becomes now negative a half, like that. Now, my idea from here, I want now to simplify this. How am I going to simplify this? You know now that this one is going to be the same as 144 plus 0.0144 power negative a half. I just wanted to simplify it. So when you add this, you go back to this. But know that this formula works if you have something or something, but this should be a 1. So from here, as you can see, I'm going to factorize out this one, because this one should be a 1 if you have to use this. I want now to make this a 1, so I'm going to factorize out 144. So now, in my expression, now 144.01, sorry, plus 0.0144 1 negative is the same as, now I'm going to factorize out this. If I factorize it out, I'll be having 144 into, when I factorize this here, I made it with 1, then plus, when I factorize, we divide it there. So this will be 0.144, the whole over 0. I mean, what we factorize out, which is this. So this is 144. Then the whole power negative a half. So now bring this here. You see this will be the same as 144 power negative a half into 1 plus. Now this one, you get your calculator and you simplify this. When you get 0.0144 divided by 144. So the answer I'm getting is 1. But the answer I'm getting is 0.1 power 4, but the whole power a half. So now this one is going to be 1 over 12 into 1 plus 0.14 power negative a half. So now I have this. Now I don't need to use the first 4 terms, but now you see what I'm having is this. Now I'm going to compare with this. So using the first 2 terms, why? Because the equation says so, first 2 terms. So the first 2 terms now of this expression here are 1 plus x power 4 power negative a half equaling to 1 minus x power 4 over 2 plus other terms coming. But now, I'm seeing how to evaluate this using this. Now you start almost everything is the same. This is the same here, I can compare. Then this one I have 1 over 12. So meaning, I'm going to first create 1 over 12 both sides. So now 1 over 12 into 1 plus x power 4 and negative a half, the same as 1 over 12 into 1 minus x power 4 over 2 plus. Now here, it's now I can ably compute this and I put it here. So now if I have 1 over 12 into now 1 plus 0.1 power 4 power negative a half. This will be the same as, so sorry, this is 12, remember by 12 both sides. 12 this side and 12 this side. So now, because we are just using these terms, that's why from this step, I'm going to say the value I'm getting is just to be, it's going to be an approximate. So now, I put, so now from here, is it connected? Hope people can able to see. Anyway, maybe write it a bit a lower step so that people can able appreciate it. So this is 1 over 12. Then I have now, I'm handling this as 0.1 power 4, the whole power negative a half. Now this one is going to be an approximate. Why? Because we're just using 2 terms, so it's going to be an approximation. So 1 over 12 into 1 minus. Now, if you compare this and this, you can see this is there, this is a half, but negative. This is 1. It means that now our x from here, I think we see our x power 4. This is 0.1 power 4. I think we can see that now. Our x is going to be 0.1. So here I have now 0.1 power 4 now over 2. So now this approximation, when I introduce approximation signs, this one disappear. Okay, so now we just compute this. And we see this one is going to be 0.1 power 4 divided by 2, 1 minus answer, divided by, after you're dividing with the 12. So the answer I'm getting 0.0833. So now they told us to give two significant figures. 2 significant figures, 1, 2. Significant figures. So this one would be approximating 0.08. So these are 2 significant figures. So this is what is equal to. Remember, the whole of this is equal to this, and this is equal to this. So therefore, 91 the whole over root of 144.0144 is going to be approximately equaling to that. Of course, you see, this one we came from here up when we came inside. So I think you see when we just compare, you see from here, if we compare these two, so that now our x is equaling 0.1 if we compare these two. So that's how we are able to substitute. Now, how do you check yourself? If you put this value in the calculator, you should get an answer close to this. Anyway, so that's how we get significant values. We covered those ones. I think everyone is okay now. Anyway, this is the idea of how we can use that number there. Now, we have seen more examples of how do we get the root. They can tell you, hence use the first term to find square root of 3, square root of 15, all those ones we've seen. They are there in the playlists. Just go to the playlists, scroll downwards, you see there. It's called, that playlist is called Macrolim and Binomial. You'll find more examples about this. Anyway, for this example, that's what we had to do. I wish you well. The idea of factorizing here, if you have a number, you see that this is the product of this and this. This power affects this, then also this affects this. So square root of 144 is 12. But because it's negative, then I take it down. That's why I have that. It went down because of this negative. That's why it's down. Then this one, everything remains the same. So that's it, members. I wish you well.